Okay, welcome back everybody to another episode of Thrift Picks, the show where I grab a few new editions off the shelves and give you a taste of what I have been collecting. Now, full disclaimer, I almost did not make this video. Why? Because, well, guess what? As I mentioned on Substack, yesterday or earlier this morning. Yesterday I was just really tired. It was the first sort of weekend off that I've had after doing about 6 weeks of like almost 70 hours worth of overtime. Not 70 hours of overtime, like 70 hours, so 40 plus like an additional 20 to almost 30 hours of overtime a week. And yeah, I just really wanted to just kind of take a weekend to myself, relax, decompress, and kind of go from there. But I did want to get this video recorded and sent out to you guys because it just means that much to me. So again, every Tuesday I send out, every Tuesday and Thursday we do thrift picks, and Tuesdays, as I mentioned in the last video, hope you've seen it, Tuesdays are focused on more disc-related media, so DVDs, Blu-rays, vinyl, CD, while Thursdays are going to be focused more on tape-related media, so think VHS tapes, cassette tapes, audiobooks on tape, theater on tape, all of that kind of stuff. So, with that said, I pulled off some of the most interesting things that I had at sort of my immediate reach on these piles up against the wall that you saw in another video. And yeah, a lot of these were blind buys. A lot of these were films that I never heard of, but they featured interesting actors and actresses that I really love and I enjoy seeing on screen, or it had an interesting story. There's also a few in here that I have had on my watch list for a while and just have never gotten around to seeing. So we're going to take a look at some of those today. And stick around to the end because I have a little bonus of one DVD and one cassette tape, but they're the same film. They're the same film. And yeah, I found the VHS a couple weeks ago, picked it up, and then lo and behold, kind of stacked in between a few other messed up DVD cases was this film, and it was still in great copy, great condition. The cover is a little worse for wear, but so be it. So we're going to kick things off with a Josh Hartnett, I would say, deep cut. I didn't even know this film existed, but it does, and I had to pick it up. This is going to be Bunraku. I could be pronouncing this wrong, but it's got Josh Hartnett, Woody Harrelson, Gact, Kevin McKidd with Ron Perlman and Demi Moore. Okay, so what do we got on the back here? It says, a mysterious drifter, Josh Hartnett, and a Japanese samurai, Gact, I could be, again, pronouncing that wrong, arrive in a town terrorized by virulent criminals, each as obsessed with his own mission, and guided by the wisdom of the bartender, played by Harrelson, at the Horseless Horseman Saloon. Interesting. The two eventually join forces to bring down the corrupt reign of Nicola the Woodcutter, Perlman, and his Lady Alexandra, Moore, a femme fatale with a secret past. Featuring dazzling action sequences showcasing a wide array of martial arts fighting styles, Bunraku blends samurai films, spaghetti westerns, film noir, and graphic novels to create a visual masterpiece unlike anything ever put to celluloid. James Bottilia, The Film Stage. That just sounds like a kick-ass film, if you're asking me. This, it looks like, is from about 2009, excuse me. I really can't wait to see this. I love Josh Hartnett. I love Harrelson. Perlman is also really, really great. So I'm really interested to see that. Next up, we've got another Western-esque movie, and that's going to be Sweetwater. And this stars Ed Harris, January Jones, Jason Isaacs, Eduardo Noriega, and Jason Aldean. In the late 1800s, a beautiful former prostitute, Jeremy Jones, is trying to build an honest life with her husband in the rugged plains of New Mexico. When she catches the eye of a sadistic and powerful religious leader, Isaacs, her life is violently turned upside down. She embarks on a bloody course of revenge with the assistance of a renegade sheriff, Harris, who has pretty violent tendencies of his own. So, never heard of this, but again, this is my kind of film. So I cannot, again, wait to see this. And this was directed by Logan Miller, okay? And screenplay by Logan and Noah Miller. So, super cool. That's number 2. Both of those were blind buys. We've got another 1, 2, 3 blind buys before we hit a watch list film. And that's going to be Open Road, starring Camila Bell, Colin Egglesfield, Andy Garcia, and Juliette Lewis. Academy Award nominees Andy Garcia and Juliette Lewis joins Camila Bell and Colin Egglesfield in this heartwarming coming-of-age story. Angie Bell is a free spirit living on her own terms and occasionally waitressing to make money. But when she makes connections with a drifter, we've got a lot of drifters in here this week, played by Garcia, a handsome cop, Egglesfield, and his sister, Lewis, she finds herself torn between her life of absolute freedom and being tied to people who care about her. Beautifully filmed and acted, it's an inspiring film about love in all its many forms, with a bonus feature of making of Open Road. So, I can't say that I'm familiar with Egglesfield, or even Camila Bell. Now I do recognize her face, actually. So, that looks interesting, looks promising. Give it a whirl. This was directed by, I just missed it, Marco Garcia. We'll see how that turns out. That's going to be interesting. Next up, we've got Locker 13. Locker 13. Have you seen these? Have you seen any of them? Let me know. Okay, all of these, again, are DVDs. And this stars Ricky Schroeder, John Grise, and Rick Hoffman. Passage to the Unknown. Skip, the nighttime janitor in an Old West theme park, delves into the mysteries surrounding an old locker. His sage supervisor recounts chilling tales that underscore the importance of making the right choice. The recollection includes an aging boxer who's given an opportunity to become a real killing machine, a young man seeking membership in a secret society who experiences an initiation of deadly consequences, a would-be suicide shaken to his core by a menacing member of a very special club, and a hitman for hire playing a devious cat and mouse game with 3 women who have a score to settle. This sounds like a pretty packed film there, pretty packed story. The stories suddenly come into play when Skip makes an unsettling discovery and faces a life or death decision of his own. This was directed by Adam Monteith, Donovan Monteith, Matthew Mabane, Bruce Dellis, and Jason Marsden. I don't know who any of those people are. So that's even more intriguing. Gives me some new directors to kind of look into, see what's going on here. And yeah, this just sounds, I would say maybe like perhaps an anthology kind of film. Lots of different little stories or vignettes kind of pieced together to tell an overarching theme, or just be sort of set in their own little worlds. So that looks promising. Locker 13. I am interested. Then we've got Ed Harris, 4-time Oscar nominee, starring in a film that is based on a true story, Touching Home. Have you seen this? Have you seen this? Let's see what we got here. We've got, inspired by a true story, Ed Harris stars in this emotionally charged drama of love and redemption by writer-directors Logan and Noah Miller, who, where is it? We just saw, on Sweetwater. So that looks interesting. Which one came out first? Where is the copyright? We got 2010, 2012. So this one is first. Touching Home. Writer-directors Logan and Noah Miller. The Millers co-star as Lane and Clint Winston. They actually star in this as well. Twin brothers from a working-class background who pursue professional baseball careers while trying to save their homeless, alcoholic father, Charlie, played by Ed. Touching Home is a coming-of-age drama, an account of overcoming enormous odds, and a tale about family and the bonds that matter. I'm actually now interested to do a little double feature on these and look at these brothers' work. That also, now, this is really cool. I absolutely love, and I've been collecting any MGM DVD movies that I can find because I love their covers and the fact, surprise, I'm going to cut to the next one real quick. They have some of the, I don't know if you can actually see it on there, they have some of the biggest sort of side art on any DVD covers that I find. And it's really, really cool, especially when you kind of lay them all together on a shelf like I have in my bedroom, because everything's sort of shifted along the way, and you've got them there, right? And yeah, the only other thing that I could probably say in comparison would be the 20th Century Fox Studio Classics. Let me see if I can pull one out here, but you can't really see, but it's got like you got the little picture there, but MGM is really like iconic for that. So I'm fascinated by the cover art on the sides here. Look at this. Look at those pictures. That's beautiful to look at, especially when you have it sort of on the shelf. This is the side beauty, the side effects of, I would say, of collecting physical media, of having this stuff to display it, and you get a little glimpse into the story almost. And look at, now we just said Touching Home came out before Sweetwater. Look at Ed Harris here in Touching Home, and then there. Looks a little more worse for wear, right? So that's cool. I'm definitely gonna watch these back to back and see what the arc or the progression in the Millers' work, both their writing and their directing. Did they direct this one as well? They did. They wrote, produced, and directed both of them. So that's going to be super cool. Moving right along, we're going now into the next 5 films, and then our bonus one, so 6. And we've got Ronin, starring Robert De Niro, presented by MGM. And I've never seen this one. I've heard so much about it. I hear time and time again, oh, you'd love it, go watch it. It's been on my watch list for years. And I have been looking for it over the past year that I started collecting. I started collecting physical media back in July of 2024. So, and in just a year's time, my collection has ballooned to over 2,900 films and over 250 television series slash seasons, whichever one you want to call it. And this was one that I was looking for a long time. This 1 hour photo, which I think I just found the other day, and I'm still looking for Insomnia. I think that is the only Christopher Nolan film that I'm missing, and that's Nolan? We'll figure it out. I'm not gonna edit this part out. Anyways, so what do we got here? We got Ronin. In a world where loyalties are easily abandoned and allegiances can be bought, a new and deadlier terrorist threat has emerged: free agent killers. Featuring high-octane action and exhilarating car chases that are nothing short of sensational, the New York Times, Ronin is the real deal in action fireworks, Rolling Stone, directed by a master of intelligent thrillers, Roger Ebert. The Cold War may be over, but a new world order keeps a group of covert mercenaries employed by the highest bidder. These operatives, known as Ronin, are assembled in France by a mysterious client for a seemingly routine mission: steal a top-secret briefcase. But the simple task soon proves explosive as other underworld organizations vie for the same prize. And to get the job done, the members of Ronin must do something they've never done before: trust each other. That sounds again pretty kick-ass. Special features, never before seen alternate ending, feature-length audio commentary by director John Frankenheimer. Yeah. An 8-page booklet featuring stunning insights into the making of the film. Got that. So, yeah, and this is a pristine copy. I couldn't believe that I found it, but I did, and I'm so glad that I got it. It's in the collection, and I will be watching that soon. Excuse me. Next up, we're going to speed things right along. We've got The New Guy. Now, this is a favorite of mine. I can't begin to tell you how many times I watched this back when it first came out. Zero Will Rise. If, for any of those who have never seen this film, it's hilarious. And so, we've got The New Guy. Is a fresh and wildly hilarious comedy starring DJ Qualls, Road Trip, Eliza Dushku, Zoe Deschanel, Lyle Lovett, and Eddie Griffin. Ed Decter, co-writer of the comedy hit There's Something About Mary, makes his directorial debut in the laugh-out-loud funniest comedy of the year. Terminally nerdy Dizzy Harrison is routinely laughed at, ridiculed, and picked on. His senior year is nothing but an exercise in pain and torture. So, Dizzy decides to change his luck. After purposely getting expelled from school, he enrolls in a rival high school with a new look, a new story, and a completely new attitude. Now, the former dud becomes a major stud and finds himself the big man on campus, complete with girls, popularity, and more girls. But when his past resurfaces and threatens to expose the real Dizzy, he must rise to the occasion to show the world exactly what he's all about. Popularity isn't a contest, it's a war. Look at that back cover there. Super funny. Special features, digitally mastered audio, widescreen, music video, theatrical trailers, and interactive menus. So, not much by way of special features, but love the case. It's still got this pretty decent hard case here. It looks like this was likely a Blockbuster case. Still has the previewed sticker on there. It was $9.99 back in the day. And yeah, look at that disc art. Super cool. So that is, I think, the only favorite that I have in today's picks. Then next up, we've got G.I. Jane. This is a Ridley Scott film. Adding that to the list of Ridley Scott films that I have. The performance of her career, NBC TV, New York. Screen megastar Demi Moore is in top form in this action-packed hit. Moore stars as gutsy Lieutenant O'Neill, the first woman ever given the opportunity to earn a place in the armed forces. In the armed forces' most highly skilled combat unit, the elite Navy SEALs. But the already brutal rigors of training camp turn into an unimaginable test of courage and determination once it becomes clear that no one, powerful politicians, top military brass, or her male Navy SEAL teammates, wants her to succeed. A critically acclaimed triumph directed by action hitmaker Ridley Scott, Alien, Thelma and Louise. You'll cheer for G.I. Jane as this brave soldier proves she belongs among the best of the best. And look at that shot there. Pretty intense. I've always wanted to see this. I always forgot to catch it whenever it was on TV or streaming. Again, this is another one that it's not any sort of special edition or anything, so it doesn't really have much by way of special features, but it's in the collection. So that is that. Next up, we have a new view blind buy, and this is from Warner Bros. Family Entertainment, The Incredible Mr. Limpet. Never heard of this, never seen it. I only really remember this guy, what is his name? Don Knotts. I'm pretty sure he's from, what is it? The Andy Griffith Show? I could be mistaken. Anyway, mild-mannered Henry Limpet longs to serve his country during World War II, but he can't pass the Navy's admissions physical. Classified as 4F, too small and too weak to be a soldier. Remind you of anyone? Captain America, maybe? Henry takes a trip to Coney Island, where a magical wish changes Henry Limpet from a little fish in a big pond into, well, a fish. With a fin up on the enemy, Henry uses his new aquatic abilities to lead the Navy into battle as their ultimate secret weapon. Mixing live-action storytelling with Warner Bros. Timeless animation, this action-packed film has been digitally remastered for viewing experience so crisp you can smell the sea air. Join Henry as he goes from sink to swim in this victory story that celebrates the hero in all of us. Few special features on here. All new introduction by Don Knotts. Vintage documentary, Weekend at Wiki Waki. Okay, not sure what that is. Henry Limpet's Fish Tank. Get in the Swim with Henry Challenge. Plus interactive menu, scene access, and a few language and subtitles. Another Snapcase edition as well to add to the Snapcase collection here. This is now covering 5. About 5 little shelves in this this bookcase here. So that'll go in as well. Then last, before we get into the bonus film, we're almost approaching the 25-minute mark. We've got Tom Cruise and Nicole Kidman joining forces in a Ron Howard film, Far and Away. Never heard of this. Never heard of this. What they needed was a country big enough for their dreams. Let's read the back real quick here. We're going to speed through this as best as we can. Again, I need glasses. Tom Cruise and Nicole Kidman star in this critically acclaimed romantic adventure from director Ron Howard. This heartbreaking epic opens on the west coast of Ireland, 1892. Joseph Donnelly Cruise, a poor tenant farmer, is determined to bring justice to an oppressive landlord. Instead, he finds himself accompanying the landlord's daughter, Shannon, played by Kidman, to America in a quest for land. Arriving in Boston, Joseph finds a place for them to live while proving a natural at bare-fisted boxing. But his triumph is short-lived as he and Shannon are thrown out into the bitter cold. Joseph sets out for work on the railroad until a passing wagon train reminds him of his original goal to possess his own land. Preparing to stake his claim in the new territory, out west, he runs into Shannon, who is unhappily reunited with her former fiancé. In this excitement of the Oklahoma land rush, in the excitement of the Oklahoma land rush, they realize their dreams of land and life together in the satisfying grand scale adventure that WNCN radio calls Ron Howard's best film, a wondrous epic. His best film? Well, probably until then. I think we've gotten a few more out of him. This is from 1992, produced by Brian Grazer and Ron Howard, screenplay by Bob Dolman, and story by Bob Dolman and Ron Howard, directed by Ron Howard. That I really do want to see. I have quite a few Ron Howard films now as well. I'm trying to collect a lot of these directors on my director shelves, get their entire filmography, and then do a little retrospective, if you will. So that is another one for Ron Howard. Again, that was a blind buy, but I'm really interested to see that one, especially Tom Cruise's earlier films within his filmography. I don't have many of those. I just found Valkyrie the other day, which I've been wanting for a while. So got that in the collection. But let's move on to the bonus to end this week's Tuesday video. And I apologize again. I said I try to get these down to, 10 or 12, maybe 15 minutes. But I actually like reading the backs of these with you. It kind of feels like we're, again, heading into a video store and just kind of browsing the racks, seeing what's there. What is the story about, versus just kind of saying the name and moving right along. So, moving right along, we've got the last bonus film in today's video, and that is going to be William Peter Blatty's, I know I'm pronouncing that wrong, directed by William Friedkin, The Exorcist, the version you've never seen. And not only did we find it on DVD, and in this very, very battered and weathered case, which was actually like taken apart and flipped upside down, so I had to kind of piece it all back together. It's really, really bad. We've also got the VHS tape. We got the VHS, which is also the version you've never seen before. The scariest movie of all time. I've never seen this in its entirety. I think I've caught bits and pieces of it, and I think, let me just double check, make sure. No. I think I always get this one confused with, I think it's Invasion of the Body Snatchers with Donald Sutherland. I think that's the one that he's in. I don't know why. Don't blame me, please. A lot of these older films I saw in passing, when I was maybe 18, 19, 20. It was a very long sort of time ago. So my brain or my mind is a little fuzzy. But yes, so we've got it on VHS and DVD. It will be fun to kind of compare the quality of both of these. Special features, soundtrack remastered in Dolby Digital 5.1 Surround EX and Dolby Surround, feature-length commentary by director William Friedkin. So, brace yourself as one of the all-time spellbinders possesses you all over again. Director William Friedkin and producer-screenwriter William Peter Blatty have revisited The Exorcist to integrate 11 minutes of scenes and images deleted before the film's 1973 release, and digitally restore the picture and audio elements. The result is an experience more gripping than ever. That sounds pretty intense. Now seen are moments deepening the impact of the performances by Linda Blair, Ellen Burstyn, Jason Miller, Max von Sydow, and Lee J. Cobb. They include a nervous disorder diagnosis, expansion of Father Merrin's arrival before the ritual, priestly doubts during the ritual, an epilogue with Lieutenant Kinderman and Father Dyer, and most notably, a shattering staircase descent by Reagan, winner of Oscars for Best Adapted Screenplay by Blatty, and sound, The Exorcist astonishes time and again like no other movie. Yeah, that is pretty intense, and that, my friends, is where we are going to end it today. I can't wait to watch all of these films in time and send you my ratings, send you my thoughts. Be sure to click the links down below in the description if you're watching this video over on YouTube, where you'll be able to find my newsletter, which is where most people might be viewing this video to start. The Year I Became a Film Analyst down below, as well as my Letterboxd profile, and links to my Instagram, which right now is not being incredibly utilized, but will become vitally important over the last half of this year as I begin to now provide you with more reviews, more essays, more videos like this one, and of course more film programs, double features, triple features, the whole 9 yards. You don't want to miss it. I've got a lot of great ideas, a lot of stuff coming at your way, but we're going to end it there for today. I will be back on Thursday with another round of VHS tapes that I've collected recently, some childhood favorites, some blind buys, and we'll go from there. Anyways, folks, I'm incredibly tired. Got to get ready for bed. So with that, thank you so much, and until next time, see you on the shelves. Peace.